There's been a terrible school shooting in Canada. People have died. It's serious. It's a travesty. But what contributions did the media make in generating these conditions, in the language they use, in the choices they make, and the way they report the news? There's 9 families with their lives irrevocably annihilated and ruined. That's the real story. A shooter described as a female in a dress killed 9 people in a remote part of Canada on Tuesday. Local police superintendent later described the suspect as a gun person in a briefing without giving further details about their identity.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Let us take a moment to check in with actual reality. Some children and young people have been murdered. It's difficult to quantify or even understand or explain the agony and anguish. I suppose the only thing one can do is think about someone that you love, or those of you that have lost someone to murder, or lost someone at all, full stop, because we've all known people that have died. I mean, my dog died after, for the breed of dog he was, a pretty long and certainly well-facilitated life, and I don't think I'm ever going to get over it, all right? So I'm just going to declare that's the ground I'm standing on. I don't like death. So I'm not being glib about death. But I do want to say, when we find ourselves in some sort of quandary about how to describe someone who's shot children, I feel the lips curling upward at the corners because I know something's in this. Some new absurdity is being exposed. When you see the phrase gun person, a gun person, I want to respect their identity, a gun lady, don't want to dead name this person. Have they shot themselves yet? Don't they normally shoot themselves at around this point? A gun lady, and believe me, she's all woman, whether she was born with a uterus or not, has murdered some children. Really, anything that's going to be followed by the phrase has murdered some children is like, man, I don't fucking care. They murdered some children. I mean, unless they're firing bullets out of cocks on the centre of their chest or shooting bullets out of their vagina, in which case that has some sort of novel value. What I want to focus on is the death of these children. Already you can see the news trying to pre-chew the information before they give it to you. Now, if the issue of trans identity politics is a sensitive one, and certainly when coupled with the murder of children, one could understand it taking on a new hue of febrile sensitivity, then let's recall that a similar modality was deployed when it came to COVID. These idiots are too stupid to understand what to do in the event of a global pandemic. Let's exaggerate and scare the shit out of them and then force them to take vaccines that don't work as well as we're saying they work. At best, might be downright detrimental, certainly have been proven to cause myocarditis, pericarditis, and other neurological conditions, have caused women to miscarry their babies. Like, all these things are true things about the vaccine, right? And all of those things were obfuscated, masked, and lied about at the advent of the pandemic. Why? Because if you tell people the truth, they're so stupid, poor bastards, and they're talking about you, and they're talking about me, they're talking about all of us. You're all so stupid that you won't make the right decision. So whatever's going on with this Canada shooting there, and I pray for the people that are actually affected, and I have total compassion for the victims, and I feel disgust towards a media that's trying to manage it. Listen, if it is a trans person, by the way, it's not like, and therefore fuck trans people, or if it's a Muslim people, therefore fuck the Muslims, or if it's a Christian, therefore fuck Muslims. What it is in any event is, as you know already, the culture is fucked. You know that, don't you? You know it and I know it. We all know it. It's annihilated. We need radical change. Nothing short of spiritual revolution, urgent and immediate, total submission and surrender, and acceptance of objective principles that are verifiable and scripturally demonstrated is going to save us from the horror and hell of living in this sort of imagination land, Trey Parker nightmare of like when someone goes into school and shoots up a bunch of kids, the news actually literally going, today a gun person whose rights we must respect shot dead some children.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay. And then separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to...
It's like when they say bird person in Rick and Morty.
My friends call me bird person.
Unfortunately, bird person has entered a school and has I don't want to say murdered some children, unalived, some reverse birth, unwind life some children all the way back to dead. You know that stubborn ache that never goes away? I used to think it was Don Lemon.
Oh my God.
What?
The one that ice, heat, or pain pills barely touch? What if you could target it at the cellular level instead of just numbing it? That's exactly what the TheraBlue was designed to do. TheraBlue is a next-generation pain-relieving peptide gel that works deeper than the skin surface. Powered by Aqua molecular delivery technology. That sounds satisfying. It delivers peptides and botanicals directly into muscle tissue for legit, lasting relief. Its hero ingredient is a copper peptide that promotes collagen synthesis, reduces inflammation, and helps accelerate repair. NAD+ restores cellular energy to aid recovery, while methylene blue protects your mitochondria and supports endurance. You can also sprinkle it on your penis. Natural extracts like MSM, turmeric, white willow bark, arnica and ginger soothe inflammation, while menthol, camphor and eucalyptus oil deliver instant cooling relief. Oh, it sounds delicious, doesn't it? It absorbs fast and leaves your skin refreshed, not greasy. You don't feel greasy, do you? Wandering around all covered in grease. Apply a thin layer, massage until absorbed, and let your body, your lovely little bodkin, experience lasting recovery. Get 10% off by visiting twc.health/brand and use the code BRAND. 10% off. Move freely again with TheraBlue. Brooker, prior to writing Black Mirror, used to do this thing called Newswipe, where he would analyse news. And he did this marvellous thing where he scrutinised and critiqued the tropes that emerge when there's been a serial killing or a murderer. And they got an expert on, and the expert said, don't describe the killer like they're a hero, an anti-hero in a sci-fi movie. And then it showed real footage of, like, clad in black, the gunman swept into the school playground. And then it went, don't hold up the number of victims like it's a tally in a football match, like a score that could be beaten. Like, that's how the news does it. See, the news is not a moral arbiter because it is an entertainment product. And as my brilliant friend Matt Morgan once remarked, all television media is a table on which you place products. That's all it exists to do. If you removed marketing revenue and advertising revenue from the news, you don't got no news no more. It's gone. It's over. So what you've got is advertising and news. So that's why it has to be sort of entertaining, because they're competing. Like BBC want you to watch the BBC version. A bird person has killed some little adults in the mind with a gun-like device that could be vaginal. No one wants to make any comments about the phallus or the penis. In any event, we'd rather you watch this on the BBC, not ITV. Keep paying that licence fee. MSNBC, hi, we've got Rachel Maddow coming up. They've got lower thirds. They've got graphics. It's entertainment. Remember, when we first started to learn about this, was the ascendancy of Trump 0.0, the first version of Trump. CNN detested, loathed, despised, hated him, but then they were like, oh shit, man, our viewing figures are so high when we report on Trump. We've got to keep reporting on him. So they hated him, but they sort of loved him because he really, really worked for them. He was essentially, as he's always said himself, box office. So they're trapped in this sort of nightmare. But the nightmare commences, of course, with inauthenticity and a lack of moral clarity and a total obviation of transparency and decency. Like, the identity of the shooter in any story where many children have been murdered is secondary to the point of irrelevance. What is significant, though, is we live in a culture so beset on idol worship and enticing and instructing us all to worship aspects of our own identity, that it's creating a kind of perpetual bewilderment, as witnessed in this story, where they say stuff like person in a dress. Has the world gone mad? Yes. Will the world always be mad without salvation? Yes. Is there a way to freedom for us? Yes. You know what that is by now. It's hard won, but I've done it, actually. I've come to Christ. It's actually possible, so you can do it too. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat.
Thanks for watching the video. Have a look at this one over here, or join us Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Rumble.